Hello, thank you for joining me today. Today we are going to talk about Moodstruck Addiction Shadow Palette 2. It looks like this. Very cool toned, smoky. It's going to be really cute. Now, of course, there's lighter shades, darker shades, grays, silvers. It's going to be pretty. Let's try it out. So I'm going to start with this shade here called Romantic. It's a light, shimmery, not quite a slate, a little bit more silver than a slate. That's what that looks like. And I'm going to use that up here as a highlight right by the brow. Oh yes, look at that. Yes. And then we're going to see, people think that smoky eyes have to be dark and black and raccoon eyes, and they can be if you want them to be, but they don't have to. Let's just I'm going to show you kind of a smoky day if that's your thing. So now I'm going to go in with this shade here called Perplexed. It's a darker slate shimmer as well, and I'm going to use that sort of a little bit on the lid and as a transition shade, but I'm not going to go too far in here because I'm going to do lighter shades in there to brighten it up. So a little bit on the lid, up onto the brow bone. And again, like I've talked about before, I have very hooded, very deep set eyes. So I have to go up a little bit further probably than the rest of, not the rest of, but a lot of other people. Because if I don't, then as soon as I put my eyes down like that, you can't see it anymore. Gone is the prettiness. Okay, so I'm going to do that a little bit down here too. Now the reason for a transition shade, in case you didn't know, you probably already do, is because if I'm going to do all my pretty makeup down here and I've done a highlight up here and I don't do anything in between, it's going to be a super stark contrast. So we need a transition so it all kind of blends. Okay, there it is. Up onto the brow bone, a little bit down here. Now I'm going to move over here to the shade. See, now here I could go either way. This is more of a brown, still cool, or black. Black I would do more for nighttime. So I'm going to go with this kind of really dark brown. Brown gray. It's not quite chocolate. It has more gray undertones. So I'm going to use that in the crease. And the outer corner, I'm going to bring it in about 2/3 of the way. And I'm not coming all the way in because I'm going to put other stuff up there. Okay, so and again, my crease, I go up a little higher than the crease only because Hood City. I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to bring it in about 2/3, almost halfway, I guess. And I know what you're thinking. This is a dramatic look. But just wait. And I'm going to use a little bit under here too because I'm going to do liner. Mostly because if I'm going to do black liner, it's going to disappear anyway. My opinion. Okay, still using Cocky. Just going to do the other side. And then I'm going to go in with a light, almost like a cool tone of champagne, if that makes sense. So it's like a silver, almost like an actual metal looking. So metallic, but also, I'll show you. Let's bring this in. Another general rule, again, there's no real rules, you know, have fun. But a kind of guideline is if you're gonna do a dark, smoky eye, you should go for a more neutral lip. And with this particular palette, because it's cool toned, I like to wear it with either a neutral or a little bit of a pink, like just a hint of bubblegum in there. Okay, so now I'm just going to blend that a little bit before I add the sparkle, so there's not rough edges. All right, so now, okay, I'm going to take a sponge-ended brush. I guess it's not a brush, but it's a sponge, huh? And I'm going to go in with this shade here called Blissful. See, this one is more silver. This one is a little more champagne-y, but still a cool tone. And I'm going to use that on the inner corner. And I'm going to drag it out to meet this darker shade. Now, metallics tend to have a little more fallout simply because of how they're formulated and how I don't want to say bits, but the particles are a little bit bigger, so they don't like really compact in quite as well. So if you're worried about fallout, a couple things you can do. You can put setting powder under your eyes beforehand, so that if there is any fallout, you can just wipe it right off and it's not a big deal. Or you can go ahead and do your eye makeup first before you do the rest of your makeup. That way, if there's any fallout, you can wipe it off, wash it off, use a remover cloth, whatever you want, and it won't affect the rest of your face. It's just your choice. Because there's nothing worse than doing your whole face and then going to put on some metallic sparkles. See, now I'm having no fallout here at all. Generally, these palettes are super compacted, so that's good. But just in general, if you're using, or a loose powder or something like that, you might have more issues with fallout. Okay, so I've done this really light, pretty, shimmery inner corner, and then I'm going to take, that is pretty. I'm going to go ahead and take this little, nope. And the more compacted your brush is, the more pigment you're going to pick up. So if you use a big fluffy brush, it's just going to be kind of light, a lighter dusting of whatever color you're using. So I'm going to go back with this Blissful here that I was just using and do it on the inner corner and then kind of under here too, because that lightens it up. Opens your eyes up. Okay. And then, lovely. Then I'm going to do mascara and then I'm done. Because to me, it seems like, okay, yeah, that's really pretty. That's nice. I like it. But it still looks so dramatic until you get your mascara on. Your itty bitty little lashes just look silly, hiding in all that makeup. So I'm using Moodstruck Epic Mascara. It's just a one-step mascara. So there's no like extra fibers or anything. However, this particular formula of mascara is, I say it all the time, amazing. I don't know how they do it. Unicorns, leprechauns, I don't know. But it coats every tiny little lash, root to tip. Part of that is the formula, part of it's the brush, which I love. And it also curls. Now, if you curl your lashes because they're super straight, cool. I cannot because, again, my super hooded lid makes it so that my lashes like knock into it because they're so long now. The other thing is this Epic Mascara is good for your lashes. So just like the hair on your head, for example, if you want good, healthy, long lashes, you gotta use good for your products, right? Just like your hair. So anyway, and I could do mascara all day. This is my happy place. This is where I take my time. I'll rush through a 5-minute face, throw on some powder, skip eyes altogether, brows, lip balm, but mascara, I'll sit here and do it all day. I won't, because you don't want to watch a long video about mascara, because we all know how to put on mascara, right? Put the wand on your lashes, done. Okay. So I feel like this was a really easy, smoky eye. And so again, if you wanted to take this from day to night, which I saw a meme the other day that cracked me up because it said something like, going from day to night is something that I thought I'd do a whole lot more often, like according to beauty gurus or something like that. Anyway, but if you wanted to, then you could just go back in with Peppy here, it's matte black, and do the edges and maybe line a little bit, and then you'd be good to go. So thank you for joining me for Moodstruck Addiction Palette 2, and I'll see y'all again soon. Have a great day.